Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Game Plan Monday. This week, we're talking about something every business owner, social seller, network marketer, direct seller needs to know, and that is how to plan away without letting your planning to be away without letting your business fall apart while you're gone. We have things that we have to do during the summer, during the fall, Christmas time, holidays, in which we want to be away from the computer and not sitting here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as business owners that get to pick their own hours, it is a great opportunity for us to be prepared for those said vacations or times away and still let our business be able to run in full force. So we're going to use our planners to do this as the ultimate tool. I'm going to help you make it as smooth as possible. We're going to talk about a couple of different tools that you can use, how to put them into action, and then how to make it all work for your business. My name is Wendy Cannon, and you are watching Game Plan Monday with Cannon Plannin'. Welcome, welcome, friends. We are first going to start on diving into some actual planning tools. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera view. You can see that I am literally this many days away to heading off on my own adventure. And so it's really important that I start putting together a plan to be away. So this is my while I'm away plan. And actually, this is a mock-up. So you guys can kind of see some different things because my while I'm away plan will be very, very different than your while I'm away plan. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of a basic overview of what that looks like. So this is a dedicated page in my journal. You can also use a notes insert. You can use a journal like this. You can just write it on a piece of paper, whatever you want to do. I like to have it included right in my planner so that while I'm gone, I have the ability to just kind of look and see how things are going. And I only have to take one thing. My preference for planning to be away is always utilizing a journal. One, because I'll have all of my before, all of my during, and all of my after in one place. And these are very, very compatible or compactable, easy to pack, and it'll take you right where you need to go and back. Okay. So this is putting together a dedicated page, and basically what you're going to be doing is putting together a checklist of things that you need to do. So we're going to go here, essential business. This is things that need to be done before I leave, such as fulfilling your customer orders, sending invoices, scheduling social media posts, updating online shops, whatever that might look like for you. For me, it's going to be pre-recording videos. So the video that you guys watch for Game Plan Monday next week is also going to be pre-recorded, but it's going to be pre-recorded way in advance and not Monday morning because I will be on the road to Ohio this time Monday next week. Okay, so fulfilling customer orders, sending invoices, scheduling social media posts, and updating online shop. This will give you a very broad overview of what you need to do. Now, one other way that you can do that, and I've done that here, is doing a monthly brain dump of all of the activities that need to be accomplished. Some of the things are definitely on repeat. So I've got blog post, Game Plan Monday, recording, business page, VI planner content. All of that stuff is kind of just thrown in here. And that is very much the same things that I have to do every single week. You'll notice that some lists are longer than others. I will be actually in Ohio this week, so I don't want to have a lot of things to do. And this list, the majority of this list will be done today. Okay, so a couple of different ways that you can do that. You can do it in its own separate page. You can create a brain dump that will help you be able to tackle those kinds of things. All right, emergency contacts. These are people for your teammates or your customers to contact in case of an emergency or urgent business questions urgent questions pertaining to your business. All right, if you are a team leader, who are they going to contact if they have questions? And if they are a customer, who are they going to contact if they have questions while you're away? This would be if you are not going to have cell phone service. Obviously, if you are like, I will be in Ohio, I will still be available to answer questions for my customers on a pretty steady basis. I'll have breaks throughout the day and I will be home in the evenings to be able to answer questions if I need to. But if you are away from cell phone service, traveling out of the country, those kinds of things to be thinking about. So Who is a team member that they could contact? Who is a supplier? If you are not in direct sales and you need an actual supplier that does your products, who do you have a contact number for them? Corporate, if you're in a direct sales or affiliate network marketing business, what kind of corporate number do you have to contact? And then maybe you have a social media moderator or admin that's going to be taking care of your social media, answering questions in your VIP group, or those kinds of things. Okay, so be thinking about that. Delegated responsibility. Who's helping to manage your business in your absence? So customer follow-up, who's going to help answer questions for your customers? Again, these are probably the same list that you have here, but have you contacted them? Have you given a list of things that you want them to do, etc.? Social media moderation, who's going to be watching your socials while you're away? And maybe you have shipping and packing. Maybe you've put your kids in charge of making sure that things get packed into the post office. Whatever the case may be, what are those delegated responsibilities? What can wait until your return? So if you are a 12-week goal person, which I hope that you are following Canon Planning, 12-week goals can be put on hold to assure that other business matters can be taken care of while you are away. So while you are planning to be away, maybe instead of working on a huge big project, we're getting ahead, we're scheduling our social media posts, those kinds of things, so that your long-term projects can be put on hold for that particular case. Inventory review, we don't really need to know what our inventory is looking like while we're away, and that's definitely something that can wait till you get back. And then maybe new product planning, especially if you are going to a conference and you have information that's coming down from your corporate about new product launches. You don't need to know what to do with that right away. You can plan for that when you get home, okay? And then this section I left very big because these are your instructions for your helpers, right? Be as detailed as possible to assist those you have delegated tasks to. So what kind of things do you want them to do? Get daily check-in plans. What does that look like? It's almost like being a substitute teacher, and you need to have those plans for what the substitute teacher needs to be doing while you're away. Okay, so what kind of things do they need to check on? Maybe they need password or access notes, things that to get into your back office, or maybe they need to get onto your socials as a business moderator, whatever the case may be. And then priority customer issues. What happens in a specific case if a customer can't get XYZ? Who do you contact? What are those contact numbers, etc.? Okay, so this is a while you're away plan, things to be thinking about before you go, so that you have all of that planned in advance. And sometimes we don't really take those things to mind when we are leaving, that we kind of just leave and we don't allow for ourselves to have a plan. And so this gives us a way to be able to kind of think about that. All right. The next thing I want you to think about in your planning tools is scheduling buffer days in your planner. Time blocked margins being the before and after your trip to prevent chaos. Some of the things that you can be thinking about is the day before leaving. Make sure that you block time for running errands, packing, and just taking a deep breath, because you have a lot of things that you have to get done, right? We don't be scheduling big meetings. In fact, if you can, actually schedule a day before you leave. So here's the day that you're leaving. Let's say I'm leaving on Sunday. Saturday, all I have scheduled in there is to get my hair cut. Friday is my day that I want to get the majority of things packed. That way on Saturday, I'm just kind of running some errands, maybe packing my snacks, those kinds of things, so that I'm not trying to go, oh my gosh, I don't have XYZ. So that's like packing your travel containers, making sure that you have your shampoos and conditioners in those 4-ounce bottles, or whatever it is that you happen to be taking, that they're all measured correctly, that you have the correct amounts. Make sure that you're packing on a day before, and then the very, very day before, you're giving yourself that extra time to run any errands, take your pet to the vet, whatever, or boarding house, or take it to the pet sitter, whatever the case may be. And then this is the one that I learned the hard way, is that the day after returning, make sure that you give yourself time for unpacking, doing laundry, and catching up slowly. The last thing that you want to do is come in hot and have to dive in to doing your business as soon as you get back, because you're going to want some time, some downtime. especially if you're going to conferences, you're going to want to be in that bubble still a little bit, and you want to be thinking about plans for what you just learned at conference, and you don't want to have to shift gears immediately to get back into what you were doing before you left. So plan some buffer days. When I leave and when I head out, I want to make sure that my at least Monday and Tuesday are planned for when I get back. I get back on a Sunday. Monday, I have to go back to work, but I don't want to have to be worried about my business in those cases. So I want to make sure that the Monday and Tuesday afterwards are all set and ready to go. So make sure that you block time to check messages and get caught up. Avoid promising appointments or doing things for your customers the day before or the day after so that you have time. And then use these times, right, for gentle reentry so you don't feel behind, you don't feel frazzled, and you are ready to go on to the next thing. All right. What about setting expectations with your family and your customers? We want to be clear and proactive, and we want to communicate about our plans. So that's telling your family who's covering what while you're gone. If you have teens and like in my instance, I have a 10-year-old, my husband will be home. So making sure that the cat gets fed and the water gets done on the lawn. Those are all things that I take care of while I'm gone. So I need to, make sure that I let them know those kinds of things. Share your travel itinerary and contact numbers. You can share that information with your family, those that need to know. If any of you did not know this, you can text your flight number to your loved ones and they can actually track your flight, which is kind of nice. I learned that a while ago. I don't know, but it was a surprise to me. And so I always like to share that information with others in case they didn't know about it. So that's always an interesting way to be able to do it. It's not just kind of your itinerary, but your actual flight number, and they can track your flight. Is it behind? Is it delayed? Did it take off? Is it arrived? Those kinds of things they can get all that information through their text. Set out of office replies with return dates and emergency contacts. So if you people are emailing you, you can set up an auto respond on your Facebook business page. You can set up an auto respond for ways that you can take care of your customers and without them being like, hey, she's ignoring me. She's not listening to me. This gives you a way for you to share those kinds of things with your customers. So draft an email or post letting your VIP group or customers know that you'll be away, that you will answer questions that might take a little bit longer, or that you've put so-and-so in charge of being able to do that. Prepare out-of-office responders like I already talked about, email, Facebook, even Instagram. And this will help you to avoid surprises that make you scramble at the last minute and help you be able to take care of your customers there. All right, let's talk about batching and pre-scheduling. So set your business up to run without you. Facebook has a native scheduler that you can utilize. The business pages, you can do that as well. You can also use things like Post My Party or Send Share to be able to pre-schedule your social media. I will be using StreamYard for that for me because I can pre-schedule my videos to go while I'm away. So that's one way that you can be able to do that. You can also write and automate your emails so that they will send out at a particular time. So do a brain dump of all routine tasks you can prepare in advance. You guys saw mine earlier. That's one way for you to be able to know what you have to do that needs to be automated while you're gone. And then set one afternoon to kind of pre-schedule those posts while you're gone, record any videos if you need to, and then make sure that you test your automation before you leave that it will work like it's supposed to. So let's see. Planning to be away doesn't have to mean long days without checking in with your customers. It doesn't have to mean that you're losing sales. It doesn't mean that you're disappointing your clients or that you're coming back to chaos. It just takes a few minutes to put together a while I'm away page, do a brain dump, and think about those kinds of things. So if you have found this information helpful, friends, and you want to like, share, or place a comment here, please do. Don't forget, if you are following me on YouTube, to subscribe so that you can catch all of my Game Plan Monday videos when they pop up. And I hope that you all have had a fantastic summer so far. I hope you are planning to make some vacation plans and be away from your business. And when you do that, make sure that you put your business on autopilot so that it will run while you're away. Hope you all have a fantastic Monday, friends, and I'll see you all soon.